The terracotta army refers to the thousands of life-size clay models of soldiers, horses, and chariots which were deposited around the grand mausoleum of Shi Huangdi, first emperor of China and founder of the Qin dynasty, located near Lishan in Shaanxi province, central China. The purpose of the army was likely to act as guardian figures for the tomb, or to serve their ruler in the next life. The site was discovered in 1974, and the rulistic army figures provide a unique insight into ancient Chinese warfare, from weapons to armor or chariot mechanics to command structures. Shi Huangdi was desperate for immortality, and in the end, his terracotta army of over 7,000 warriors, 600 horses, and 100 chariots has given him just that, at least in name and deed. The site of the mausoleum is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, even if the inner tomb itself has yet to be excavated. Qin Shi Huang, also known as Shi Huangdi, was the king of the Qin state, who unified China from 221 BC, and then founded the Qin dynasty. He ruled as China's first emperor until his death in 210. His reign was short but packed full of incidents, most of them infamous enough to earn Shi Huangdi a lasting reputation as a megalomaniac despot. The period saw the building of the Great Wall of China, the infamous burning of the books, where thousands of literary and philosophical works were destroyed, and the construction of a sumptuous royal palace. The emperor seems to have been especially keen on acquiring immortality, a quest no doubt given further motivation by his survival of 3 assassination attempts. Scientists were given the task of discovering life-prolonging elixirs, and young emissaries were sent across the Eastern Sea in search of the fabled Penglai, land of the immortals. Failing in these endeavors to unnaturally prolong his life, Shi Huangdi fell back on the age-old standby of autocratic rulers, and had a huge mausoleum built instead. In fact, the whole massive project was begun in the early years of his reign, as it required a prodigious amount of work to get it ready. An administrative district was established at the site with 30,000 families forcibly relocated there, and given the task of building the biggest tomb ever seen in China's history or anyone else's. Eventually, no doubt as Huangdi realized time was running short, hundreds of thousands of forced laborers were sent to push the project to completion. One way or another, Shi Huangdi was going to be remembered long after his reign. The terracotta army seems to have achieved that goal. The mausoleum of Shi Huangdi, actually an entire multiburial complex which covers an incredible 35 to 60 square kilometers, was discovered in 1974, buried at the foot of the artificial Mount Li, near Lishan, modern Lintong, 50 kilometers east of the Qin capital Xianyang in Shaanxi province, central China. The tomb itself remains unexcavated, but its spectacular army of terracotta defenders has, in part, been revealed and already earned the site the title of greatest tomb in the world. The tumulus of the buried tomb takes the form of a 3-stepped pyramid, measures an impressive 1,640 meters in circumference, 350 meters along each side, and rising to a height of 60 meters. The whole is surrounded by a double wall. Legend has it that the tomb contains vast riches but includes fiendish traps, to ensure Huangdi's rests forever in peace. The traps and the interior were described by the historian Sima Qian, 146 to 86 BCE, in the following passage from his Shiji. More than 700,000 convict laborers from the world were sent there. They dug through 3 springs, poured in liquid bronze, and secured the sarcophagus. Houses, officials, unusual and valuable things were moved in to fill it. He, Shi Huangdi, ordered artisans to make crossbows triggered by mechanisms. Anyone passing before them would be shot immediately. They used mercury to create rivers, the Jiang and the He, and the great seas, wherein the mercury was circulated mechanically. On the ceiling were celestial bodies and on the ground geographical features. The floor map with its geographical models and painted universe ceiling were symbolic of the emperor's status as son of heaven and God's ruler on earth. Chen also notes that members of Shi Huangdi's harem were entombed with their dead emperor, and many craftsmen and laborers too, in order to keep the fabulous wealth of Huangdi's grave goods secret for all time. To protect his tomb, or perhaps even to ensure he had a handy bodyguard in the next life, Shi Huangdi went a whole lot better than his predecessors. Rulers in ancient China commonly had 2 or 3 statues to stand as guardians outside their tombs, but Huangdi went for a whole army of them. The terracotta army is actually one of only 4 in all likelihood, as that portion so far excavated, 1.5 kilometers distant from the mausoleum, is on the eastern side and is probably duplicated on the other 3 sides of the tumulus. Even this 1/4 section has not been fully excavated, with only 3 of its 4 pits having been fully explored by archaeologists. In summary, while the popular image of Qin Shi Huang's tomb might conjure up images of numerous statues within, the current archaeological evidence suggests otherwise. The focus was on a massive protective army, a testament to the emperor's ambition and belief in his enduring power. The mystery of the tomb's interior remains a captivating challenge for future archaeological investigations.